There. Just want to make sure when I let tension off of this that the parts of the in a direction where I can still get to it easier if I need to. And get everything. We'll go with that. Oops, I bumped the light. So that's the return. A low pressure return. Coming from or a big feed line rather. There's our return like that. Unfortunately, yeah. Safe for this type of vehicle. Doesn't need any of the stop leak or anything like that. All these lines, everything's empty, so besides the gearbox. So shouldn't have any problem taking this whole cord. It's bubbling around. I'm gonna grab a rag so if any residue doesn't get in on everything. See, it's got air bubbling out. Oh, I'll show you. So it's gonna be burping for a bit. Upside down. There we go. So this is tied up with 550 cord, the power steering, or the AC compressor. The sucker's heavy. So we're gonna grab the bracket, get her in position. I'll see if you guys can sit right down here. Probably get a good view of if I can fit you in there with the bracket coming in. Alright, I'm gonna grab the bracket. Because then after this, you put the pulley back on for the power steering pump as well. This goes, that has to go with that alignment stud. That AC compressor is heavy. Hang on, I gotta get a different angle. But we're definitely making headway. We got all the lines connected on the power steering pump, and then fluid put in the reservoir. So make sure I get these on the right hole. Try this hole. I think it's this hole. There's two holes next to each other that it could be. I think that looks right. Okay. Kind of looks right. It's got to go farther in or something. Okay, yeah. Something's goofy still. See if that plate can bottom out, because it's not quite all the way through on this stud to have the nut come out on it. Let's see what you guys got to say. Oh, few Mustangs, an 02 Celine, two or S8281 SC. Huh. What's a Celine? I don't know if I know what that is. Wow. It sounds like you like your Mustangs and your Fords. I got a few Fords here. Well, I got a rebadged Mazda Ford Ranger 98, and then the Expedition 98 Expedition as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we love cars on. Oh, I got it. There we go. That's the right hole. It's nice when you do it right. So then I'll show you what's going on with this. How I was able to get the clearance. And not, a lot of the headache out of this is having this tied up with the 550 cord paracord. Just, you know, cinched up to here. Sometimes I have it cinched here, or I would have had it piggyback with one of these bolts for the power steering, just to help get it out of the way. Helped a lot. So now I'm about ready to take that cinch part out and then run it back a little bit with this off of it. So we're gonna do that now. Let's see if I can have you guys perch over here to see it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Here we go. I'll untie this out of here. Starting to run low on this stuff. I gotta get some more. Comes in handy. It's supposed to handle up to 550 pounds of tensile strength. That's why it's called 550 cord. It's a military parachute cord. Just gonna get a cutter because that knot's real tight. It's real tight because it's been being held down by that AC compressor for a few weeks now. Here we go. There. All right, I'm gonna grab some of these bolts to put in there. So here's all the stuff we gotta get to hold that thing in down. This thing is quite a bit of stuff mounting it down versus the alternator bracket that we did a few weeks ago. Oh, nice, an 04 Lancer too. What kind of engine's in that? So all these bigger bolts are the same, except for one. Majority of all these, they're all gonna have a 15 millimeter head, and then one of them, out of all of them, has a 14 that goes like in the center. So let's get started on that. I'll get you guys down here so you can see better. Oh, a 2.4. It's okay. It's not like everything needs to be a race car either. Like I just got that '09 Malibu. It's got 2.4 in it, but it's like, you know, it's good for just transportation, you know. Not everything necessarily has to be for performance and racing everywhere, you know. I mean, it's not a bad thing either, but so I'll put some of this thread locker. I'm gonna put some thread locker on this. This is gonna go right here. Yeah, the light's kind of casting shadows here. That's better. Like right there. Put a little thread locker. I could just get the bottle right on the threads from behind it. We'll just tighten it after that. But yeah, it's starting to resemble an engine again. And it looks like dead on lined up too. I just did that right before we put the heads back, or the driver's side head on the other day. And grab thread locker. It's just that orange stuff. Just like a little bit stronger blue. It's still removable. It's not like red. Let's see. I think this one. No. I get a 15 out, but this 14 will come in handy too. Had a bunch of my tools over by the door here because I just got that Malibu. I did a quick thing on it yesterday. So I just have to get the tires switched over to the new rim because the other rim's boogered up from the previous owner. Then we'll be able to start driving it soon once I get that kind of stuff done. Just gotta get a deep or a semi-deep 15 out here. Or even this wrench. This will work. That little 45-degree offset really helps in a lot of situations, I'm finding. Not every situation. But for this spot right here, it does. Starts to get recessed in there a bit. Okay, now a bunch of these bolts. I know these, the big ones, they go for the AC compressor. So we'll get that stuff. We'll get the AC compressor situated where it's supposed to go. I'll try to point it up a bit. I'll try to get over here. I'll show you. Oh, nice. I don't know what a Celine. Is that like a trim trim package? Never heard of that. I don't know too much about Mustangs. Okay, so this AC compressor is going to get put where it's supposed to go. Yeah, that's kind of better. Okay, here we go. Okay, that must just be residual. I'll have to wipe that. Yeah, that's just coming from the part that just barely spilled. I'm gonna wipe that so we don't get it confused. It's not get dusty and messy. Okay. Oh, that's why it's caught on the brake fluid reservoir. There we go. That might make it a little easier to get it. That line was just not kinked, but there we go. Okay, now we can get it where we want it. Pretty much. Something's canting it back there. Kind of. Because there's that little mount bracket. I'll show you. I have to cinch that down too. It's just a simple little bracket. It's sitting in the doghouse. Not that thing right here. That's to the doghouse. But right here, you see where my finger's pointing, that little hole with the little bracket on that line, that goes down and it gets attached behind this, PCV. PCV breather right here where my finger is. A lot of it looks black, so it's kind of like, okay, I'll take your word for it kind of thing. So right next to it, the one bolt, not this, like a bolt looks like this, what I'm pointing at, it'll be one right there. It piggybacks on top of that with a little nut with a bracket. So that's what, so this thing is supposed to be like over more to the passenger side more. So it looks like it's just kind of hanging out more that way. So we'll just have to give it a little more pushing over that way. They're built by Steve Saleen to a high performance level. Steve Saleen was a race car driver. He also built the Saleen S supercar. Check it out when you have a chance. I'll have to check it out. Do you have any stuff on? Do you have a channel on here, or you just watch? So that's cool. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, those sports cars and the high-powered vehicles, they demand the respect because you can get yourself killed driving them if you're not careful. You know, that rear end can kick out real easy when you got tons of power with such a light vehicle with the rear wheel drive as well. Okay, yeah, now we got the clearance. So I'm gonna start putting these bolts in. Also, take note. We have to wait till the valve cover gaskets come in to finalize it all, but this one bolt right here, it's going to have the piggyback with the oil dipstick, or not the oil dipstick, the oil filler tube that goes into the valve cover, like right towards in that area where I'm pointing. So that's okay. We can still mock it all up in the meantime. And then a bunch of these bolts on the bracket down here. So. Okay, that's not that one. I think what we'll do is we'll put the ones for the AC compressor on top first. Then whatever's left over goes to the bracket. We'll just start them by hand. If they're not the same thread pitch, then it's not the same bolt. So do you wrench on cars too, or you just drive them? That one seems like the threads aren't the same. I'm not gonna force that. I think that one might be a bracket one. I'll set that aside so we don't keep grabbing it again. Try this one. Feels right, I think. Just have to kind of get it like used to where it's supposed to sit. Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. So this, we're just gonna keep at it till we get the right bolts in the holes and get it fit just the right way it's supposed to be. Okay, I got one of those holes lined up like really good. I think I did. Oh, almost. I think that's right. Let's try and take the tension off of the bolt so that I can just spin freely. Also, what we could do, use these bolts while it's not even in line. That way it's not giving me like that tension fighting me at the same time. And we know already if it's the right bolt or not. That doesn't seem like the right bolt. So set that aside, so that should go for the bracket. I don't like that. That's don't seem right either. So those should be for the bracket. So they're slightly different thread pitch, so you can't really mess this up. If you try to force it, it'll cross thread, and then you mess it up. In the future, to make it easier, when you take this bracket out, if you do something, you could just put all the hardware that came right out right back into the same holes and leave it right on the bracket. Put this pigtail up here so it's out of the way. And there's this one I got in here. Let's see if this one's right. Yeah, that one's right. Okay. So we'll cant this over and start putting this one on. There. That's starting to resemble what it's supposed to. wrench on there. There's not a lot of hood space on the little front cowl by your radiator, so a lot of stuff will try. Okay, it's not a 9/16, because they intertwine metric and standard on the engine area. But yeah, like I was saying, the hood space is not much on these kind of vehicles, so a lot of your stuff you try to stack it up for your tools. That stuff can like roll down. See if this is the right size. It's like a 13. And it's not giving me tons of resistance, so I know I'm not cross-threading. I started it by hand as well. This is a good mock-up, because this one has to come back up after, just to put the dipstick mount on it. It's not a big deal, but just for getting everything aligned and cinched down to help train it. It's kind of like a cowlick right now, because this thing has been like it's hanging out, just being held out of the way for a while. So to help train it to be like that's where it's supposed to be. Because when I first did the spider injector the other day, that thing was standing straight up too. And I didn't have a real hard time getting it in place, though. I didn't have a hard time at all, really. The spider injector was the easy part, putting that back in. And just going through my old pictures and videos to map out where the rest of the little doodads that hang it on top of the upper intake manifold goes. Is the next part, and that's pretty close to done too now. So some new stuff coming up with the Malibu. I got to figure out why the airbag light would be on. If anything's been messed with it. As far as I know, it doesn't look like any of the airbags were deployed or anything. Or none of the seat belts are all like they were in an accident either. I mean, that's why I have to change the rim out, because the tire came off from the previous owner going about 30, he said. But everything's going pretty good on that. I just put the wheel studs, seated those yesterday and made a video about it. And put the new brake caliper in. And then made the dust shield go in the right orientation. I just got it enough so I could get the tire on and get it on the tow dolly a couple of weeks ago when I got it. That's why the dust shield was all weird. And the brake caliper got messed up because I didn't have it in place. It was starting to get dark, and we had my kid there, and she's running around with the lady that the guy's wife that I got the car from. So I'm like trying to multitask, and it's getting dark. Because when I got there, the car was just laying right on the ground with the front driver's side tire, completely off, just rested on the rotor. I had to barely could get the jack on it. I had to put the jack on the brake caliper, which didn't damage it, surprisingly. I lifted the car up off the ground to get the wheel studs in and the rim back on the tire. So those brake calipers are pretty tough, guys. I was like skeptical. I was like, I really don't want to lift it up by this. I'm like, well, I guess I will. Okay, let's tighten that one now. I'll get it down here. A little bit, hang on. Okay, now you can see the bolt. Okay, this one doesn't need the offset. Or I can do an upside down offset maybe. This might be the wrong one. This might be that 14 that I was talking about that goes down below. That's probably why it's not going in. I didn't force it either. I try it by hand. I'm like, okay, something's not right. I back off. That we don't cross thread stuff. It means it's not the right fastener. And I have a 14 sitting here. Here's a socket. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, this is the one. That one's going to get set apart. That's going to go below. See, I tried to get it started, but something wasn't right, and I didn't force it. All these other ones are 13s, and other 13s up here, 15s down below, and then this one golden child 14 that I'm messing with right now for the bracket itself. And then I just got to make sure when it's finally time to start all this, I air bleed the power steering pump properly, as well as flush out that old fluid. And when it comes time to that, I'll do a live on it, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. That way it doesn't sound noisy like the one on my 98K 1500. That messed up because the little O-ring on the back of the power steering pump, it's basically the same engine as this almost. It's a 305. Just 2 more cylinders and like a baby 350 basically. The back side of it was good for about 50 miles. Then all of a sudden it started leaking and it got starved of fluid. Now it's got that annoying whine. The whole reason I changed the thing to begin with, and now it's got the thing again. So that'll get redone again. That needs heads and head gaskets and stuff anyway. All the same stuff this thing got. So not the end of the world. So I'm gonna put a different bolt in here. We set apart that 14, so we don't keep trying to use it. It's got just one spot because I remember I took a good mental note of that when I was doing that. Yeah, this one's going in. Just by hand, start them by hand. Okay, that started enough by hand, so we know it's good to go. Now we can tighten it by the wrench. Yeah, no effort, so it's the right one. If I try to force that 14, we're gonna be cross-threading her all up. Whoa. AC works awesome in this. That's like the only thing that worked good when I got it good from the guy. Everything else was in serious need of maintenance. But the AC, man, that stuff's it's like a walk-in freezer in that thing. The heat's like really good too now. After I got done with the heat system, because I changed every single rubber hose that's in the whole heat system, whole cooling system. This has rear heat and rear AC. That's all changed. Everything's changed on it. New heater cores, front and rear. It's got new, all new AC system. Every single component's changed in it from the previous owner. That's the only thing the guy did, which is, it's an expensive thing because he wasn't a mechanic. He paid a shop to do it. I just got it from some old Vietnam vet. So he just drives cars he doesn't wrench on. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people like that. Let's see if I can get that socket or turn by hand more. It's definitely the right bolt because it's not cross-threaded at all. We get a 13 deep on it. There we go. This might actually be too long. Yeah, hang on. Shorter. Need a shorter one. What gives me an excuse to open this new pack I just got? Just got these babies the other day. They're just a Craftsman 3/8 drive extension pack. You always seem to never have enough of these. Or if you do, you got them all out on projects, and the one you need somewhere. That's kind of out there. So I'm gonna slice it open with this razor blade and get out just a regular, size. There. And this thing's got the reverse blown out on it. I got to put the rebuild kit in it still. I still like the ratchet. It's got the locking flex head Matco. But the reverse doesn't work. I opened it up and the guts inside. The reverse is busted off. So I got to get around to getting a rebuild kit on it. All right, here's our 13er socket. Oh, that's nice, dude. Nice fresh extensions. I haven't bought extensions in a long time. Really crisp lock-in. Man, that feels good. Hang on a second. Let me make sure that's in there. It's wobbling a lot. Okay, it is in there. Yeah. Just... It's got quite a ways. I got this little impact too, this little 3/8. I don't think I have it. No, I don't have a quarter yet. Kind of bummed out. I mean, I got a sweet deal on these. Oh, this one has the little different chuck thing. I got a different one that doesn't have the chuck. Hang on. But these are non-brushless. These are brushed. I drill and this thing, the little cordless impact with the little chuck thing. It's more for like carpentry kind of thing, I guess. But I got that and a drill that are the brush kind with 2 batteries and a charger for like $160, so I can't really complain too much. Yeah, here's my good one done. Oh, this is a half. No, this is a 3/8. This is the brushless one. I think I paid like $300 for this and a 1/2-inch drive one with 2 batteries as well a couple years ago. I like the brushless. I'd rather have that than the brush ones. What's going on, Nina? Yeah, both heads are installed. Accessories are going. Yep. Yeah, we're getting there put back together. Thanks for coming. And yeah, that's what's going on. So here we go. I do miss using that Matco ratchet. I just got to get the rebuild kit for it. I don't think I was too hard on it. Oh, come on. The windshield wiper motor is obstructing it. I guess we get to use the Matco today. Wow. Dude, these new extensions, man, I gotta like crank to get that off. They hang on tight. It's not blown out yet. When they get worn in pretty good, they don't stay on very well on their own. All right, I'll put the ratchet on there. I guess this Matco wants to be used today. Let's try and tell me. Yeah. Pretty good ratchet. One of my favorites when it's not broken. Wait a minute, is it going reverse? No, it's going tight. What's going on down there? Why is it doing that? It's not engaging. Something's weird. Let's keep at it. I know it's not cross-threaded. And now it's starting to feel like it's got tightened. Let's try now. I don't feel like it's even in there. It's like tricking me. So it's really good to not impact stuff and just try it by hand until you know for absolutely sure. Glad it could, probably a good thing I couldn't fit that impact in there. Yeah, see, it wasn't even in there. It's just playing mind games with me. But these ones are in good. Still got 2 to go on this thing itself. Let's try this one. Doesn't feel like it's lined up. Just that little bit of clearance is sometimes it gets hung up on it. So I try not to get everything too tight. These could probably get backed off a little bit so it has that wiggle room to get the others in. They're just cinched up just a little bit too much to have that play that I need. Yeah, and then that Matco ratchet's not doing reverse duty until I change out the guts. So I'm gonna grab a different ratchet to go backwards. Or actually, let's see if we can get the little impact on that one. I speed up stuff today. I just been cautious with the electric tools for a little bit because of the fuel system stuff. Oh, yeah, that works good. The fuel system, you don't want the sparks and causing kaboom, you know. So the fuel system hasn't been active for a bit, so I haven't actually primed it with the turning the engine on or anything. So it's okay. We're not sitting in here just breathing in fumes. Okay, now it looks like we can kind of pivot to get this one in line. It's just slightly not. I'm going to back that one out a little bit too. one's not really even started yet. Let me try this other corner right here. Yeah, I think that. Try to just get them all finger tight, all 4 of them, before we try to cinch anything down. Because then it tries to like can it and gets cockeyed and it won't seat right. There. There. It's actually sitting where it's supposed to, kind of. Why is it wiggling now? Something's not right. Yeah, it's not in there. It shouldn't be wiggling if it's in the threads. So it wasn't in the threads. Really close, but I think getting this thing just sitting where it's supposed to, so it keeps trying to stand up. I apologize, it's not the best camera kind of stuff. It's like only so much I can kind of do as just a one-man show here. What is going on with that? Try this one here. Maybe like that. Oh yeah. Oh, the tools. Oh, you're talking about the DeWalt stuff? Yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal, man. Because I just traded off that one drill I had towards that Malibu. So I needed just another drill. Even if that one's brushed for the price I paid. 2 batteries, those 2 tools for 160 bucks. It's kind of hard to beat that. I do have the better other tools though. I try to have all the brushless. I'm surprised I even had brushed on the market anymore, honestly. But now I know to look out for. Make sure it's got the brushless for the future purchases. If I, unless I just need something I don't use a whole lot, and brush doesn't really matter, I guess, in that case, in my opinion. In my own little world application type thing, because it varies on what you need and what that kind of thing. Okay, something I just noticed. Let's see if you guys can see it. I'll zoom in. I'll get the light in there too. Oh, I don't keep turning it on. No. Okay, it has to go down some. Oh, not too much. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is, you notice right there how it's not sitting flush with those. We're going to try to get it all flush, all 4 corners, each of these. That might help. Probably will help a lot if I can do that. So I'm going to try that now. Bear with me, my arm might get in the way a few times. thing's a pain in the butt to get in there. Back it off some more. Oh yeah, because this thing keeps trying to cant it with this one bolt in there. It was helping to keep it in line. But it'll be okay. I'm gonna try to get this back corner stuff done. I do have quite a bit of Harbor Freight stuff, but I haven't been there in a while. No. I try to get stuff that I need that's like for a good deal and stuff like that. I like their socket sorting trays. Like those organizer trays. I got like 6 of those. Those are pretty good. I gotta get a new jack from them coming up too. I traded one of them towards that Malibu. One of those Daytona jacks. I got one now. I had 2. Try to get this in on the corner here. I mean, in an ideal world, if I had a reclaimer machine, putting this in without all the stuff all attached would be like, pretty easy peasy, There's nothing fighting it with the lines on it. Whoops. This light over here. That's not right. Let's try this one. There. I think that's right. Try having this corner and the other corner. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. Yeah, locking flex head is kind of nice. It's nice when they're not broken. Like that Matco one, I just got to change the guts out and it'll be good to go. I think I should be lined up to get the others in now. Let's try that. I think that's right. Now we've got that back corner. Back here. We'll start with this one because it's sticking up in the air more. This is the right one. Oh no, that's 14. Oh, here it is. Okay, it doesn't need the extension. Okay, we'll switch to this one. Okay, something's weird. I don't think that's the right bolt or something. Yeah. Must be this one here. That one seems right. Yeah. Okay, let's try this one now. Okay, I think these ones are the wrong bolt. They're for the bracket. So all these bolts are supposed to be a 13 on top. These ones are not the same size head. So they're for the bracket. Like 14s and 15s intertwined. They start to thread in too, so you know they're not right because the heads aren't all the same. It wouldn't make sense for GM to put two 13s and like two 14 and 15s on the thing, you know? So this should be the right one right here. Just making sure we're not cross-threading. We're starting it by hand, taking our time. It's a whole lot more time consuming if I cross-thread something. Should be good. Let's try it with the ratchet. Okay, extension time. Okay, let's try that. I don't know, it feels weird. I'm gonna back it out. Okay, this ratchet's toast on the back out thing. I'm gonna grab a different ratchet. They're in the side of the cab here. I've had a lot better luck with this ratchet than that Matco. I've had this one a little bit longer. I put it through like way tougher stuff too. It's still going like a champ. So the reverse works on this one. There. Try that one in the back and see if that's threaded incorrectly or not. It's not even the right size bolt on there, is it? No. I'm gonna try to do before I take that one out. Just thread in the correct one on this side. It just has that tension and fighting from the lines being on it. I'll get it started and then I'll take the other one out. Because if I take the other one out and don't get this one started, this one's going to be all misaligned too. Okay. Yeah, that's that 14 right there. It's for the bracket down here. I'll try to put that one right where the bracket is supposed to go, so I don't keep coming over it again. Okay, here we go. Down here. So that needs to be just slightly like adjusted to get the bolts through on that. Yeah, that's just a blind hole right there. Okay. Try to tighten this up now. Okay. Okay. Feel like we got her in place. Just really scared of cross threading this stuff, guys. This thing is just trying to tweak the whole time. Like turn a bit. Just want to be absolutely sure we're not cross threading it. So I don't want to tap and run a tap or all that stuff and all that headache. This bracket. I think what I'll do is take the thing right out. I don't trust the way it's going in. What I want to do is cant this down here, the bracket itself. Get those all in and then get the bolts all in for the bracket first. Then also, I'm not mixing up any of the bolts that go for the AC compressor at the same time if I do that. Yeah, because it keeps on being real weird, so I don't want to get stuck having it cross thread and anything. Just don't feel good about tightening it down the way it's. Because if you have to force the threads, it's not lining up right. Not a big deal. Just make sure it's going to be right. It just takes time. Just got to be patient with this kind of stuff. If I force it, how am I getting ahead by doing that cross threading it? It's not getting me ahead. As much as I want it to be done already, you know. Just have to get it lined up correctly first, though. Because I'll get it. It takes time doing it. Like I'm doing right now in front of you guys. Like I'm just doing this right now in front of you. It's not pre-recorded, so It might not be to everyone's taste to see something, you know, how it's going. That's fine. Well, hopefully the right people see it, you know. That's what matters. That thing's just trying to jump out. All those, once I taken these bolts out, it tries to just start canting all quick again. So what we'll do is we'll tie this thing back up onto the cruise control bolt again with the 550 cord, and then we can have the clearance and all that stuff to get the bracket right. Then once you know the bracket's in, it makes more sense to have the bracket all secured exactly. Because every time I try to put the bolts in, the bracket's all canted, and that's not good. We're not just gonna run it with the one little knot on the stud. That's not gonna work, guys. So just take time to do it right. You know? Doesn't have to be a race, you know. I like it to get done, but I want it done right. I'm not getting ahead of it all, so I have to tear it apart and run tap through stuff and re-threading stuff. Doesn't make sense. Because cross-threading stuff's a sign to me that something's not right, and you're just trying to force it anyway, and that's why it's cross-threading, you know. Just have to be patient. It's got like a little car language kind of thing. It's kind of telling me, hey, you should put the bracket on all the way first and then do the AC on top. Because if it's not lining up and you're forcing it, then you're gonna strip out everything. You got to get new bolts and all that dumb stuff. I don't want to be doing. If I just do it, be patient and do it right, and it'll be okay. Come on, get out there. There, okay. Ratchet stuff. No clearance to come up. There. Now we can tie the AC back up above. Fado. I don't know how you say the name, but sorry if I said it wrong. It's the 05 Astro van. We just got done doing head gaskets. Valve job on one cylinder head. The other one was cracked, so I got completely replaced with a new OEM one. All that stuff's been done. Intake manifold gaskets, upper intake manifold, the new unit. That black plastic thing's all new upper intake manifold. Tons of stuff. Spider injector, brand new spider injector. Tons of new parts on this thing. Yeah, good question. Thanks for commenting and watching, man. So what I'm gonna do, tie up this AC compressor up here to the cruise control bolt like it was. That way it's not pinching anything on the bracket for the power steering / AC. That way I can get in there and line that up correctly and put all the bolts in and Loctite it all, you know, chef's kiss, perfect. And then move on with life and get this in, make sure everything's good. We're trying not so hard. The main thing is not to cross thread anything, because that makes life so much more painful than it has to be. When bolts don't go in really well on their own, just something's not right, and just take a step back and, you know, take your time like we're doing now. Okay, let's run that 550 cord through here to the hang it up again. This thing's heavy and constantly tweaking over to this way because of the lines on it. So I'll tie a loop first and then bring it up. Tie it good. This sucker's heavy, man. This cord's got no problem holding it. It's 550 pounds tensile strength rated cord. You know, so not worried about that. That way I don't have to hold it, fight with it the whole time either. See, now it's up. Probably could tie it up even more, like higher up. Yeah. Could put like a twist in it. Then put it from the twist part. Get it to have the clearance I need. Just cinch it up enough. That way it's not touching anything and resting on that bracket at all. Oops. Well, do a few twists. Just to take up some of the slack out of it. Okay. Now that it's not resting there on it, you can get a better to the bracket better. Kind of zoomed it a little bit better for you guys. That. So that little nut we tightened up, we're going to loosen it up a little bit. That goes to the stud that's under the cylinder head. I think it's like a 13. Let's see. We'll loosen it up. We'll keep the nut on it. We'll just loosen it up enough so you have a little bit more. Okay, I think it's a 15. 15's on the other side. Yeah. Because we tried 9/16 and that's too small. So we just try to get the right sockets and size wrenches and sockets on, so we don't round stuff off or cross thread stuff. That's what sets you back so much on projects. The most unfun part of anything, doing this stuff, that really, really makes you feel defeated and really, hate life when that kind of thing happens. Okay. So these bolts. Okay, so it's a 15, so I know that's for the bracket. And there was like the center one that was like a the center one's going to be a 14 and the rest all around it are 15 heads. So when we got that bracket somewhat loosened up with that stud, then we can align it by hand first and then go from there. Then once this gets all the way it's supposed to be, then we can put the AC back on it and go on with it. Not until that point though. get a socket to turn it with my hand because it gets in deep in there. Here, oh no, it's the wrong one. Here we go, this one. Oh, I think it's engaging finally. Kind of loosely let it sit like that, but don't get carried away and start zapping them all the way bottomed out, because it might need to be just tweaked slightly to get the other ones in still too. So don't get too carried away yet. If you're doing this yourself. This is the 14. It goes around there. Or maybe, hang on. This might be the, I think it, no, that's a 13. That goes for the AC. Put that one aside. How about this one? 14. Yeah, like real tight. I got a 9/16 here too. Let's see what this one does. Let's see. That's tighter because 9/16 is a little bit tighter. Or no, it's like right about in between the 14. 14's a little bit smaller. So 14's fits better. Oh yeah, this thread's right in. 14 right here. Oh, perfect. Makes a whole lot more sense doing it like this, getting the bracket right, guys. Instead of doing the AC compressor first. Then there should be some bolts down there too. So we'll get those two. A lot of tension goes on this stuff. That's why it has this bracket to begin with. You don't want to just skip any of the fasteners or miss anything. Okay, that one's going in. Then through the process of elimination, once you do all this, then you don't have to keep going over the stuff that goes to the AC compressor either. Yeah, it looks like we're left with all the AC bolts here. Then we'll check the heads with the socket or the wrench here. It should all be a 13 if we did our thing right. That one's a 13. That one's checks out. Next one. Yeah. Yep. Yep, 13. Last one. There we go. There. Then just to be on the safe side, we'll back out each one of these bolts by itself. Put a little Loctite on it, and then send it in. That way we don't have to worry about this thing vibrating apart and the belt going flying or anything becoming a projectile or blowing up or anything. A lot less likely if I do my part and put the Loctite on it. So here we go. It's just a high strength removable orange. It's plenty. I'll start it in by hand. Okay, this one now. Okay, I gotta get it out by socket. Just that gives you that extra insurance of knowing this stuff's gonna be good if you just put that Loctite in there. Then we'll snug it up with the ratchet. Because this stuff can and it has a pretty good chance of loosening up over time if you don't put any of this kind of stuff on it. You know, there's a reason why this stuff exists, you know. It's all nice and good and started by hand. It's not all hard and trying to cross thread. Okay, then this last bolt down here. Then that nut, I already put some on the nut. So we just have to cinch everything down. We'll go like an X pattern and then, you know, make sure everything's uniformly seated and in the right spot. And then we'll go on to the AC compressor. So my gut feelings tell me to start in that bottom, right around here, go up to like here and here and here, then go over it again and again until it's all uniformly like tightened. All right, let's do it. So I guess they're all 14s. I guess I was thinking of something else here. I don't know what I was thinking. Thinking some of them were 15s. I don't know. I got an imagination sometimes. But hey, I'm glad I took the time and didn't force any of these bolts and cross thread stuff, you know, so we're still ahead of the game if you look at it that way. Because how would I be ahead if I just cross threaded any of this stuff, you know? Because it was really easy to do it if I forced it. I could tell something was going to go bad. I've cross threaded my fair share of stuff. Just cinching these up. See, that one's, what is this thing? It's a 14. I don't know. I could have sworn I just did it by hand and it was working okay. Just go around trying to get ones that are opposite ends, you know, so it kind of helps keep it all where it's supposed to be. Not too crazy with the torque. All of these fasteners, mostly everything for the engine and the cylinder head stuff was like 22 foot-pounds. I think the highest I know of is the water pump bolts, and those are like 33. So anything within that range is okay. You don't want to go too crazy with like, you know, much higher than that. And then it's got the thread locker, so it should be good to go. Then there's not. The nut has the thread locker already too. I just put it on a little while ago while doing the live earlier. We got to put the pulley back on this too for the power steering. Man, that looks pretty good, guys. Take a look from a bit better. Look at that. Looking good. And a little inline filter put in there too. So now we got all our little AC compressor bolts all right there. They're not getting mixed up with the bracket bolts anymore. And we can keep going. Try putting the AC back in there. See how that works now. Now that we got this all sitting where it's supposed to be, fasteners are all Loctited in. You know. Nothing's cross-threaded. Okay. All right, so we'll get this line out of here again. There. All right. I think I'll start in this back corner right here. What we'll do is we'll get them all started. We're not going to get Loctite on them yet. We'll do that once we get them where they're going to be, where they're not jumping out or anything weird. Just start it by hand and get it to be where it's supposed to be relatively the best we can. Oh, come on. I'm gonna try to do is like elevate this and levitate it kind of, so I can get the bolt in there the way I want, so it's not being affected by this thing trying to turn it and be in the way and stuff. If that's possible. And I can visually see the bolt go in too. There. That one started. I'll try to do that to the other ones too. This light in here better. That's better. I don't know. I don't have enough threads started on that one for it to feel like I can trust putting any pressure on. I don't want it to just rip the threads, so I took that one back out. Let's try it by hand without the thing in it. Let's make sure these are good. Yeah, that's fine. It's that AC compressor that's making it seem like an impossible task. It keeps on tweaking the bolt, you know. Let's try this one. Yeah, no problem at all. The problem is the AC compressor. You know, just try this one too, might as well. Yeah, I can't. Okay. Might have a little bit of dirty stuff in the threads in that first section, but it seems good. So, there. That way we're not damaging stuff or cutting new threads by accident. Then this last one we'll try. That way we know these bolts and the threads are good. It's just the AC compressor being weird. Yeah, this one's trying to have some weird stuff going. I don't know. There's like some debris in there. Might have to thread chase that one. Probably should. I got some thread chasers right here. We just did a whole bunch of that fun stuff with the cylinder head. Intake manifold, everything gets thread chased. If it gives me a hard time, I'm gonna chase the threads on it. I'm gonna grab the thread chaser right here. I think that stuff must be metric, because that standard wasn't trying to go in at all. Here's our metric. We got a ton of these metric tabs. So here are tabs right here. These are the laying tool ones. I think this one, the eyeball one, looks similar. Let's see. Try this one because it's right there. No, that's weird. It might be standard. We'll try one size smaller. Let's see if. Okay, they're metric. Try each one of these holes. I don't want any kind of funny business. That one's no problem. Blow the flutes out. I don't want anything in there getting like passed around into the other holes. This might not be easy to see, but I'll try it by hand. This was the one that was giving me issues. We turn it counterclockwise till we feel it slip in, and then start going. Yeah, it's barely wanting to go. Something's weird with that one. We'll put a wrench on it because these ones you can put a wrench on them. They're pretty cool, like that. They're like for whatever size, depending on what size the tap part is. I really like that about it. Just put a regular old socket or a wrench on it. So, I'm not sure what size it is. Oh. Okay, 13 fits on there. Yeah, we definitely don't want to cross thread this stuff. Just got to put a extension on here. That's good. It's not giving me a hard time turning. I think it's just stuffing those threads. Here, now it's going good. I can get it by hand probably now. Okay, not quite. Maybe with just this on here. Yeah, okay. Just dirty threads, probably metal shavings or debris. Look, hopefully, yeah, luckily those flutes, they catch the debris and they take it out of the threads. Just like we did to the cylinder heads. Or the studs. Those were nasty, guys. That took a lot of gunk out of them. Yeah, it's coming out good. It's almost all the way back out. Oh yeah. It actually had gunk in it. Look at that. Like metal shavings is gunk. That explains why it wasn't going in, guys. You know, just force stuff. You know, get yourself some taps and stuff and take your time. If you have the same issue. I mean, or just force it and cross thread it. I mean, I don't want this stuff cross threaded. Just a little bit. There's actually like dirt in there too. Some of this. I think I got it. Pick that stuff right out. The rest blew out just by blowing it. With the, you know, just my lung at pressure, whatever. I mean, if it's real stubborn, you could shop air it, but okay. good. I'll have to run it through again just by hand. It should be a lot easier this time. And I saw a bunch of debris on the top. I just moved it off out and away from the bolt hole so it doesn't go right back in. So I'm going to run the tap in there again. Oh, it's a lot easier. I'm not having to start it with a ratchet at all now. Should collect all that nasty gunk that's in there. Then I'll test the bolt that's supposed to go in it too after this. I don't feel like I have to run acetone through like I was doing all the other ones. This could have been a disaster if I was just stubborn, guys, you know. Oh yeah, it's like pretty much clean. Little tiny bit of nothing. There, now it won't be nothing obstructed. I'm gonna try this one right behind here now. And just starting it, you know, counterclockwise until it falls in, and then go forward. This one has a little bit of resistance by hand, so there's something in this one too. So for the actual engine block itself, it's a lot of standard stuff. All the tap sizes were standard. The intake manifold, the lower intake manifold, the metal part, that was metric, if I remember right. So it's in between. It's like the bolt is in this thing. So if you try to run anything standard, it won't be quite right. It'll start cross-threading. And vice versa on the other parts. Oh yeah, we got some gunk out of there. So when you're feeling the resistance, get your tap set out if you have it. If you're doing this kind of thing, you know. Those nuts and bolts can't seat right if they got all that debris in there. Or if they have something like this that's trying to turn it and tweaking it, and you're trying to force it anyway, that's how you get stuff cross-threaded. It's not fun. Way easier just to not cross-thread it in the first place. Just take these extra precautions. See, we got some more gunk in this one. Look at that. A chunk of whatever that was. Almost looked like RTV or some kind of oily gunk. Just something that's going to obstruct your bolts. Alright. I think I ran through all of them already. I'll try these ones too, just to be sure. Just get it done and go on with life, you know. Or sit there trying to fix cross-threaded stuff. Oh, it has a little bit of resistance towards the bottom. So I got a feeling something's coming out of here. And you could feel it through the tool if you're doing this by hand. Yeah. And those flutes will catch all the debris, or most of it. Totally explains why that one in the corner was really weird every time I was trying to run the bolt through. Wow, some gunk came out of there. Right on that flute. All the way around. Yeah, all gunk. See, it's taking the patience, having the patience. Clever Romero, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming. How you doing today? Okay, do this one now. Because we already went around all the others pretty good. The worst offender was in the one to the side of this one. I think this one was really easy. I mean, this isn't going super fast, but hey, at least I'm not cross-threading stuff, sitting there trying to fix that because I cross-threaded it. You know, we got the bracket on, we got the AC, or the
We're working on the AC stuff. The power steering stuff's all good to go. Now it's ready for the pulley to go back on that. You know. Then I got the serpentine tensioner I'll be putting back right here. I already did the AC or the alternator bracket like last week, the week before. That one's easy. That was like 2 bolts or something that hold that in. A lot less complicated than this. This one ain't complicated either. The main thing is just making sure these threads don't get cross threaded. I think is the main thing. Makes your life a lot simpler. So now that we did all that chasing thread stuff, now we can go ahead and try with the bolt without the AC compressor trying to tweak it to the side. And we'll make sure this threads are pretty good. Blow off all the stuff that could be on it. Try this one because it doesn't have anything. Because when you have something trying to tweak it and stuff like that, it can try to make the thing dig out sideways and start cross threading. You know. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, that one's good to go. Let's try this one. Just trying to have it perpendicular, like straight up and down perpendicular, or whichever way it's facing, with nothing trying to bend it sideways is the main thing. Yeah, that one's good too. Then we'll check these other two. Kind of obstructing. Here, I'll bring you over. Well, that one line's in that one corner. What? This is the one I was the most curious about. Where you kind of can't see it. Well, you can't see it, but oh yeah, that's going in good, guys. Yeah, there's no stupidity going on anymore. Like just, it's like that something's gonna get messed up if you try and do it if you don't have it right. Oh yeah, that one's good too. Now we're just trying to get this AC compressor to be correct on there. Hang on. Okay. Now that part's all solved. See what I mean? How this thing's trying to tweak itself, and that's where it starts to be tricky. Why we had to chase it in the first place. I'm just taking our time. Oh, try to get the light in there better. You're just out of my way too. Okay. So I elevated it up, as you saw, to get it lined up, thing tweaking it. So now we're gonna do another bolt and have it elevated as well, like that. And you can see it's got good thread engagement as well. Come on. That magnet's sticking to this stuff. So we're trying to get in this hole right here. Trying the best to have any tension from the AC compressor mitigated by my arm and hand so that it doesn't keep trying to tweak itself. Now we're gonna get, come on, give me, it's sticking hard there. Hang on. What do you mean? How's it going, Pookie? AC pulley off. That wasn't taken off. That was just elevated with the 550 cord hanging up here. I never discharged the system or anything. It didn't need to be. I just had it lifted up out of the way so we get to the power steering stuff, because we took the cylinder head off on the driver's side originally, is why it came out to begin with. Yeah, good question. So now get these other two bolts ready. And just like before, we're gonna pull it back a bit. Yeah, see if you guys can see that. And then we're gonna make sure visually we're gonna have those threads engaging to make sure there's no chance of cross threading at all. Don't go too crazy being rough with your AC lines. You don't want to cause a leak or something weird. I'm trying to reach around all this stuff. Hang on a minute. That's pretty crappy. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Whoops. Okay, this. All right. So I had to have the clearance from my own arms to get into. Kind of started a little bit. Just wanted to get a good amount of thread engagement. And then theoretically, the one on the corner should be able to be like pretty much lined up if all these three are lined up already. But we'll see. Just has to. Okay, I can see on this side why it's being weird. I'll show you. We still got it's canning up. The back part's kind of sticking up. Like this part's tweaking. Like this back part's like right here. It's lifting up a bit because of the lines wanting to like go in that certain way. But we're gonna resolve that, or attempt to. There, see, it was like bending all weird. I don't get positive engagement yet on that bolt, so I'm gonna back it out just to try to make sure it's all actually engaging the threads perfectly, not just I think it did. I want to know for 100% certainty, because that thing's putting a lot of tension on. I don't want to start tightening it if it's going sideways. Because remember how I was saying, this thing's trying to, you got your bolts going straight in without obstruction, they're fine. But if this thing's tweaking it, you can start digging it sideways and cross threading. Then all this work will go towards having to get it rectified with the cross thread stuff, and I don't want that. Okay. It's the biggest headache, the cross thread and stuff. Okay. back on this side. Oops. About here should be good. The light. So it's like pretty much right in the ballpark. It's just not actually there yet. There, that's the tension off of it. Or it should be. Why is it doing that? Don't trust that. Oh, come on. There we go. Back it out. Okay, that's the bolt. That's not the AC compressor pulley. I'm like, what? I'm gonna try to use back corner one first, I guess. Okay, that one started. This one should be like right in the ballpark. It's our last bolt. Okay. Let's keep turning it by hand until we get it in there as best we can. Make sure it's not going all weird. Try to get the tension off of it if we can. Got a little flat tip. I'm gonna try to pry up a little bit to take the tension off that, just gently. So I just want to be able to tighten it in without that AC compressor trying to bend it sideways while I'm doing it. This will work probably better. Get a little more surface area. Let's try this. This little chisel. I think that'll fit right in there. Just getting that leverage. No, I guess it's not. It's too tight. Yeah, take a look at this. Look at this. Look how much tension from that AC line's being pinched, or just on the compressor itself, and it's tweaking it so bad. That top part back here is sticking way up the butt end of it a lot. I'm thinking maybe if I tighten a little bit more on this end, it'll take some of that, use some of that tension in the front that I need. I think I'll try that. The light in here better. There. Okay, I'll get that situated in there so I don't have to hold it. I'll see how it just shifted a little bit. Now it's not so much fighting me. That's what it need to be pulled back more towards that direction. I'm not getting it like all the way bottomed out yet. We're just taking it a little bit by little bit. See what this one's weird because I'm trying to do it by hand and it's being tweaked a lot still by the AC compressor. Let's try to put a ratchet on it. Just, you know, go by feel a little bit. What's going on with that? The wrong bolt. That one's going in fine back there. I don't know if I put one of the wrong bolts down here. Is this one a 13? No. 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 Okay. So that shouldn't have any problems. This is a 13. Yeah, it's a 13. Okay, it's like I'm losing my mind. Tighten this one up just a little bit more. Try to get this one down a little bit. There's some threads down anyway, so it's not just on like 2 threads. Same with this one back here. I think we almost got it done. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's going down. And it's not cross thread. I'm not doing a ton of effort to turn it. It's a tricky situation with this one. We almost got it figured out. See that one? That was good. So it looks like you start this bolt to begin with for the best outcome, I think. Get it down a bit, because then it starts to put it all in place where it's supposed to be. Otherwise, the butt end's sticking way up, and it's not going to line up. Oh, yeah. And don't forget, like I said, once the valve covers come in, so we're not doing it yet, the valve cover gaskets, rather, the one for the oil dipstick tube piggybacks with this bolt, so this will have to come back out after, once we put the valve cover gaskets in, and then the dipstick, that brace hooks to this. And then also we have this little brace too. Come on, don't do that. All right. I have to look at the diagram. I believe this goes with that as well. Yeah. I have a bunch of good pictures. I'll have to pull it up. So I'm not in a rush. Main thing is I wanted this stuff in with not cross threading anything. Oh, you got an 8.1. What is it? Like a bigger truck, like a 3/4 or 1 ton. That's cool. Thanks for the comment there, Dragon Slayer. Yeah, I'm in Colorado here. So yeah, that's why I like working on the stuff right now too in here. It's not like cooking me out over 100 degrees every day right now. Oh, okay. 2500 Suburban. That's cool. That's the big boy engine. How you like that engine? It's probably got plenty of power, huh? MPG's not so much, I assume. Yeah, what year is that? That 0.7 matters too, guys. You know, when you're talking that much of a gas guzzler, you know. So rounding up, almost 8. That's pretty good. Probably gets to like nothing for MPGs when you're towing or something, or you got a full load in it. I know my truck out there, when I towed that Malibu home, it went through gas quite a bit. Normally, it's pretty good gas mileage for a 305 to 98K 1500. It's kind of pinching there. I got to put that extension on. There we go. Now we're not getting obstruction now. Oh man, this is nice, man. I didn't get this cross threaded, any of this stuff. I just took the time. I know as a teenager, I wouldn't have, I probably would have cross threaded a lot of stuff, you know, back when I didn't, you know better. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, how heavy your lead foot or not. Yeah, that helps too. But just to get this thing situated in the right spot, we'll bottom them out pretty snug. We're not going too crazy with it. Oops. Okay, that one's got to go by hand some more. Yeah, you definitely need the AC, and then you're living in these areas. Like my 97 S10 was two-wheel drive with no AC. It didn't come equipped with AC. I think you had to have the windows down all the time. There. So this is a pretty big accomplishment getting all this in there. Because that was a tricky getting that power steering pulley or the power steering pump in the right spot too. So I realized what was going on with it. The way the bracket is kind of weird. It's an all new power steering system except for the gearbox. I even went through and repainted the reservoir there. Stripped all the paint off it and then repainted it because it was all peeling real bad. We got our inline power steering filter, magnetic filter right there. Yeah, right there. I'll point it out. There. It's just a screen mesh thing and a magnet. That's a circle magnet, a big donut magnet. They're universal, so you could put them on other stuff too. I got one to put in my 98K 1500 when I get into that again. Wow. Looking good. So we had the throttle body pretty much all situated. Just waiting on the valve cover gaskets, looks like. Oh, we could put the serpentine belt tensioner in. We might as well do that right now. That's got a specific torque spec. We'll get it in there cinched in and we'll torque it. right here off the alternator right there. This is brand new serpentine tensioner. So that was just put in like 6 months ago. So here's our orange high strength removable Loctite. We'll put that on some of the threads of this bolt so we don't have stuff vibrating loose and backing out. Don't need a ton of it, but that's plenty. Just to prevent vibrations from loosening this stuff. And it's got this little peg that it goes in, the index off of. I'll start it by hand. We'll get our torque wrench out, pull that book out, get the torque spec. I don't remember it being very much. So we got the Haynes manual. So this is. So this one's supposed to cover all the years. So yeah, it's tight area in here. Yeah, you're not kidding. Especially with all the stuff that goes on top of the spider injector and throttle bodies, like a big old, yeah, quite a bit of stuff that can look confusing if you don't get it mapped out good. Yeah, I just feel better knowing it's torqued right, so that's just gonna find this torque spec. Like that's what I set it to when I first did it, before I had to take this stuff apart. Honestly, I don't know why I even took it off, because I took the whole bracket out eventually after. So, it's just things you see like that. Things that you could do better after you've been in there a few times doing this stuff. That's like the best thing I could probably sum up, like doing this stuff. How's it going? Yeah. Like what engine in particular? I wanted to put a turbo in this thing, but it doesn't seem like it has the clearance to fit the turbo with the doghouse kind of thing. I'd have to look more into that. But I've been thinking about putting a turbo on my 98K 1500. But if I was going to do that, I might as well LS swap it. This has got a 305 in it right now. It sticks, a 5-speed stick. It's 4-wheel drive. Well, yeah, good comment, man. Thanks for commenting, Lyle. Appreciate it. Helps a good morale boost, you know. Just gotta find his torque spec. But man, that looks good with that AC compressor all in there. Not cross-threaded, the key thing. All that bracket and stuff just done today. Not cross-threaded. We got the power steering fluid put in the reservoir too. Nice new fluid. So we're getting it there, guys. They sound to be like, hey guys, I cross-threaded it. Now we're gonna sit here and have to put a bigger bolt in it and go a size bigger, that kind of stuff. Because that would have been real easy to cross-thread that. Wait a sec. I got a little computer. I'm gonna just. Yeah, I like to get some turbos here on the channel. Oh, still good. Let me go check that torque spec on the computer. That book's gonna take 10 years looking through it. Alright, we got the torque spec. That gives me an excuse to use this electric digital torque wrench too. Here we go. We gotta put these batteries back in it. I definitely want to get turbo going, that guy. So this thing, it does inch pounds too. I just figured out yesterday. What was I doing with it? Oh, intake manifold stuff. That's what it was. The upper intake manifold. So we got to put these batteries in. Because per the instructions, they'll drain if you just leave it and you're not using it. Oh, put this the wrong way. No, I did put it right. Okay. So 37 foot-pounds is what it calls for. So let's turn it on. So we were on inch pounds last. So we're going to switch the units. But first we click set. And unit to foot-pounds. Set. And then set. And then it'll change the torque spec to 37 foot-pounds. Oh, went past it. So this thing does inch pounds. So basically inch pounds all the way up to 100 foot-pounds is what the cutoff is on this. And it does angle too. That's why we need it. We got it originally for the angle for the head studs. And it worked good for that. Well, we'll find out for sure once we actually try to start this thing. So 37 foot-pounds right here on this tensioner bolt. And I think that's a 15. Let me see if I got 15 to send. We got a 15 socket. Probably in the toolbox here. There we go, here's a 15. This little proto impact socket. Oh yeah, 15. Here we go. Might need an extension on it, we'll see. Okay, and we don't. Here, I'm gonna get to it, have you guys watch it torque. So we're up to 4 foot-pounds right now. .3. Almost 37. Almost there. Oh. Oh, 38, guys. Uh-oh. I got that. We can live with that. Okay. She's torqued. So, and to turn it off, you just hold the button. All right. Then we'll take the batteries back out. Because they'll parasitic drain and your battery will be dead if you try to use it if some time passes between then. And then, hang on, get these. I still have to hook the alternator up too. But what I'm gonna do is put the battery terminal on here so I can keep this trickle charger on it. Cause I had it off for like 3 or 4 days now. I think it's time to get her back in there. I'm gonna do that. Oh, let go. It's a strong magnet. Okay. Whoops. Gotta put a cap on that. Oh, there's the cap. Okay, so get the light in here. Just pointing at nothing over there. Oh, come on. There we go. So I'm going to isolate these wires off of this thing. The little side post terminal connector thing. Getting it off. Let go. That way I don't potentially like short something out by accident is the reasoning why I'm taking these things off of it. So I can just keep the battery charged without these things on it. That way the circuit's not a closed circuit. Actually, I got a new terminal in here. Let's do that. And we'll just leave that pile there so when it's time to put it back on. Okay, we got a nice new Napa one in here. Right here. Looks like it just pops open. Yeah. Whoops. Hang on, I'm trying to hold this thing at the same time. Kind of need my other hand too, though. Yeah. So this will fit the bill for getting it so I can charge the battery while it's just sitting here. Oh, that fits good. Probably might need to switch it just to that. I like that. So here's our battery charger arms. So any dust in there. Power to power, then ground to ground. You can see it. Oh yeah, and take note the way it looks before. You know, when we hook it on, goes solid. Means you're charging. How's it going, Caminated Norte? I don't know if I said your name right. Appreciate you stopping in. But there, that battery should stay nice and topped off. I'm gonna cap this Loctite thread locker. That way we don't just ruin the thing by not sealing it. Oh, our battery light just died. Whoop, my legs are caught in the wires. All right, so I'll do a quick look over here. The light just died, so we got the power steering bracket back in, AC compressor back in. We have to do some more of the brackets and the bracings and the things like that. Valve cover gaskets are on the way. I guess they swell after you used them, so that be prepared to change them if you take your valve cover off for some reason. Using silicone gaskets, they swell and they won't fit back in there. So we got to put power steering pulley back in. That's left to do, and put airbox stuff in. We're almost ready to start this thing. Looks like. Oh, first before that, we'll change the oil too. So, and we got the turpentine belt tensioner. It looks like it's all ready for the serpentine belt to go right back in once we put the pulley back on. So a lot more to come. A lot more to come with the Malibu. We just got to get the rim switched over from the bad rim to the good rim. And we're going to be doing stuff on that. I got to do a transmission fluid change and a filter if it has a filter. I'm going to drain and clean out the coolant system and that, do thermostat, probably any other thing that's weird. We got to do a good test drive once we get that rim changed. So lots more to come, guys. This thing's about ready to be driven again soon, if I do everything correct. So stay tuned, guys. That's all we're gonna do for today. Please like and subscribe if you're like this kind of stuff. It really helps me. All right, guys. Till next time.